What is up and welcome back to my channel. Happy New Year's, you guys. I'm filming this on January 3rd, 2023, so happy New Year. I'm so excited for the new year. If you know me, I'm always excited for like a fresh start, whether that be Mondays, the first day of the month, or the new year. I get really excited, and I've been doing for the past, I think, 2 years, a recap of the year before and what my goals are for the new year. So I thought I would make another one of these. I think they're fun to look back on, to see what I've accomplished and all of that. So I thought I would do another one of these kinds of videos. So without further ado, let's get right into it. And we'll start by looking back on my goals for 2022 and seeing what I accomplished. So I typically make 10 goals per year. I feel like 10 goals is pretty good, except for 2020. 2020 I did 20 goals for 2020, which was so much, but it was fun to like go over all the goals and all of that, so I thought it was fun to look back on. But I have since been doing 10 goals a year because I feel like it's much more attainable to me, so it's just by preference. So let's go over my goals that I had for 2022. So the first one was a healthier lifestyle, which I definitely feel like 2022 was my best year for that. I've had it on my list for years now, I believe, or whether that be healthier lifestyle or like working out, eating better. I feel like 2022 was such a good year for a healthy lifestyle, and I'm very happy with myself about that. I also put drink more water, which I have been good. I've had moments where I was not as good with it, but I've been pretty good with that, so very happy with myself on that. My third goal was move to a different city, which obviously didn't happen, and you know, circumstances just made that it didn't happen, and that's okay. It's no longer a goal, but it would have been fun. My next goal was do more things on my own, which I definitely feel like I did in 2022, but not as much as I would have wanted to. So I definitely think that I could have done better on that goal, but I still did a few things on my own, and I'm very happy about that. And quite to the contrary also, I did a lot of things with like new people. I met up with new people, I made new friends, and I was not as shy as I usually am, which I was very proud of myself for that as well. So kind of like on the contrary, I did stuff with people, so I don't know, they kind of go together in my head. The other one that I had was read 1 book a month. I am sure I read 12 books this year, but I most definitely did not read 1 book a month. But I had like a huge moment during the summer, and I was like back to back reading Colleen Hoover books, and that was great. Okay, the next one was keep working on my social medias, which I definitely had some highs and some lows on this. I reached over 1,000 followers on Instagram, but I also thought that I would reach much more than that, which is fine, but that was still a huge accomplishment for me. And then I also reached over 4,000 followers on TikTok, which once again, thought I would go higher than that, but still very happy with that. On YouTube, I didn't really gain any followers. However, my engagement has been better, and I've been getting a lot more views on my videos, which that is so much better than getting followers to me, so I'm very happy with that. This year has also been one of the years that I feel I've been the most consistent with my social media platforms, so very happy about that, and I plan on continuing in 2023. The next thing on my list was plan at least 1 fun activity per month, which did not happen. However, this year was one of the years where we, I guess, had more activities and traveled more. We did a few road trips. We went to Boston, we went to Toronto, Niagara Falls, we went to New York, we went to Sandbanks one day during the summer. We had activities planned out. Like as of the summer, we had so many activities planned out all throughout the rest of the year, so that was a lot of fun. So we didn't do many activities at the beginning of the year, but like I feel like once the year kind of took off and we were closer to summer, we started doing so many different activities. So it wasn't 1 per month, but we definitely had a lot. The next thing on my list was keeping up with journaling, and I definitely did not do that. I probably journaled for like the month of January, and then I stopped. But it is what it is. I'm not too disappointed with this because I feel like it wasn't a match. The 5-minute journal just wasn't a match for me. Like it's just not me. So I'm not too disappointed at that, but at least I gave it a try. The next one was start working with brands, which I definitely did, but I know what I meant by start working with brands, and I know that this is not something that I would have, like, that I think I accomplished 100%, but I definitely did work with brands, and that was so much fun, and I plan on continuing that in 2023. And then the last one was live my best life so far, and I most certainly did. In 2022, I lived like my best life. It was one of the best years in a long time, and I am so excited for 2023. And if it's anything as good as how 2022 was, I cannot wait, because 2022 was an amazing year. Okay, so going into 2023, I always love making a vision board. The way that I do it is I always start off by writing down some of my goals for the year, and from those goals I go onto Pinterest and find pictures that represent that, and then make a background for my laptop vision board, and I remake the same vision board for my phone. So I always have a reminder of what my goals are and the vision that I have for my year and how I want it to go. So I definitely did do that, and I'll show you guys what my vision board looks like. It turned out so cute, and I'll also show you guys what the one from last year was compared to this one from this year. They're both adorable. So in 2023, I'm very health oriented, a lot of journaling, but not like journaling like the 5-minute journal, just like different kind of journaling, manifestations and all of that. A lot of traveling again, and just like so many things. I want to keep working with brands. I want to keep making new friends, because I definitely did make friends in 2022, and that has been a goal of mine for years. I don't know if I mentioned it, but it's been a goal of mine for years, and I always talk about this. I'm also very like savings oriented as well. I want to save money, and if I have any debts, I want to pay them off, such as my car payment, which I know I won't be able to pay off completely, but I do want to advance some of my car payments. So just kind of that is like my global look at 2023, just by looking at my vision board, which I'll have right here for you guys, the one that I have on my phone. And then if we go into my goals, I have 10 once again, so let's get into it. Okay, so I have travel more, so not necessarily travel more than I did in 2022, but I want to do more traveling. Also put money aside, work on my savings and all of that. I would love to be able to buy a property within the next few years, and you can't really do that if you don't have any savings. So that is another goal of mine. Advance my car payments. Like I said, I would love it if I could advance some of my car payments, because a car is expensive and it's fun to get rid of that debt. So live my healthiest life ever, and this is not necessarily like a healthy lifestyle. It's based off of getting all like doctor's appointments out of the way, making sure I go to the dentist and all of that, not just like food wise, but also like health wise, like literal health. I want to keep up with my workouts. I also want to just, you know, eat well and all of that. So I also really want to get into a manifestation, and I know that I can do it, because I literally see that I did it in 2022 just by writing down my goals, having a vision board, and keeping my focus on my goals. So I definitely want to put in a lot of energy into my manifestations. Drink more water, because I feel like I can always do better, because it's always like a struggle for me. It doesn't come easily, so as long as it doesn't come easily, I feel like it's going to be a goal of mine. Be consistent with my social media, so I don't necessarily have a goal as to what I want to obtain, but I do want to be consistent. Also, as I mentioned a little bit earlier, I do want to keep working with brands, but I also want to pitch myself more, and maybe, and this is not on my list, and I'm not going to add it onto my list, but I would like to look into UGC a little bit more. Not saying that I would definitely do it, but I do want to look into it, because it does seem very interesting, and it is a way to be more creative and a great way to work with brands as well. So it's just not oriented to my social media per se, but could be interesting. So the next thing on my list is keep my spaces clean, and by spaces I mean my apartment and my car, because I feel like I don't really have any other spaces, but just keeping my space clean. I've talked about this in a recent video, but like just having a clean space, it helps to have a clean mind. So clean and clear mind. So very important for me to have clean spaces, and I always feel so much more relaxed and more productive when my spaces are cleaned. And the last thing that I have on my list is read 1 book per month, and this year I do mean 1 book a month, not just a total of 12. That's what I meant for last year as well, but it's just not how it happened. But this year, that's how I want to do it, and I already know some of the books that I want to read. So I think we're off to a good start for 2023. Anyways, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm so curious to know what your goals are for the year. So if you have any specific goals that you don't mind sharing, I would love to know. Leave them in the comments. And I wish all of you guys the best year in 2023. May all your goals and wishes come true. And I love you guys. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys. If I gotta choose me, I gotta do what I gotta do. When I love you, I lose me. Now I can't be attached to you no more.